Hey guys, this is Jeff on the Entrefied podcast. If you're new to Entrefied means entering into your success. Entre means entering and fied means satisfied. So we come up with entering into your success. What we do is we interview professionals, business people, just authors, and all kinds of different people on our podcast. We look for those tips, tricks that make successful people and also success out of their life and coming from a lot of failures. Sometimes people go through failures and they learn lessons, and we're curious as to what they went through to get to where they're at now. So that's some of the stuff that we talk about on the website. But right now, what I want to talk to you about is I want to talk to you about the points of this particular podcast. I'd like to talk about doing business with friends and family. I have a couple different points. You know, way back when I started the business, I kind of dreaded dealing with friends and family because a lot of times people wanted favors. You know, they always want favors, and it's funny how your friends and family always want that. So they want you to do something for free, or they think they're entitled to something. You know, but what I found out is you can't always, you know, just because you know somebody, you can't just not do business with them. So what I'd like to talk about is some of those things that I've learned over time. I think it's fine to do business with friends and family. But I also think, here's the point I want to make, tell them up front. I'm going to be harder to deal with because I know you and I care about you, but this is business. You know, I can't make this a personal thing. And I don't like mixing business with personal. And I'll probably be harder with you than I will with somebody else. You may not want to go this route with me. You know, just be honest with people. I mean, you don't have to be that elaborate, what I just now said. Just tell people, you know, this is a business and I have to make sure that, you know, I make money. So you may want to consider somewhere else, you know, or you may want to do something else. But you got to let it be known up front, guys, that, you know, you got to treat them just like everybody else. That's the first point. I got a lot of points to go through, so I'm going to get right to it, guys. You can get a lot of this on our website. Actually, this is a big, long document here. But I want to just give you the main points, guys. You can get it on our website, and I encourage you to do that. You know, you can get our free newsletter right now, too. So I would encourage you to get that as well before that is gone. So get that. But the next point I wanted to talk about is treat things logically in business. You know, it's not personal, guys. It's business. And that may sound wrong, but if you start to do favors and that kind of stuff for your friends and your family, and just because people ask you to, or you have to watch that kind of stuff, because I tell you, you're not treating people the same. And your business may suffer just because of the friendship. And if somebody's treating you like that, the friendship probably is not going to last anyway. Because somebody's asking you to do that, they're generally just using you anyway. And it's a short time thing. So I'd encourage you to watch out for that too. You know, treat business, personal. I recently had a situation like this happen. I told the person no, and they kept trying to manipulate me. You know, they lost a lot of collateral with me that day. You know what I mean? That it was built up, you know, a friendship really. But I seen that they was trying to use me for their own, you know, well, for their own benefit, you know, and it was going to be something that they was asking me to do. You know, that's not something I was willing to do. You know, it doesn't mean I don't care about the person. You know what I mean? You do. You care about people, but you can't bend that. You can't get to the point where you're just doing things that you don't supposed to do. And somebody asking you to do that, you know, something's wrong. You know, something's wrong with that. And we have to now, hey, I want to stop just for a minute and realize that, you know, people make mistakes. I get it. You know, so I don't want you just to be like, hey, I don't want to have nothing to do with nobody. But you have to put them on the level that they need to be, you know, because if you just keep treating people the way you always have when they're using you, hey, there's signs there. They're telling you, hey, something's wrong. You know what I mean? I either don't appreciate you or I'm valuing you over me. And you just got to watch those kind of relationships because they change. But that's the next point I wanted to talk about. If you're looking at the video, if you're listening to the podcast, that's fine too. But if you're watching the video on YouTube, you can see on the screen here. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was building collateral in the business relationships you have. You know, you've always heard collateral in real estate and things like that. But I really think it boils down to our relationships that we have too. And most relationships, personal or professional, you need to build what I call collateral in those relationships. You know, and this is which means you're always blessing the people. You know, you make sure you're not taking advantage. You're not treating them bad. You're treating them good. It's like putting money in the bank, guys. It grows interest. You know, maybe not a lot, but some. And this may not be making sense to you. I'm going to hope to tie all this together in just a minute. Here's the problem. Just like cash runs out, guys, people forget and start acting badly. You know, the people that are smart build up. You know, they deposit. They deposit in those good relationships in their life. They don't take them for granted. They keep putting good in. They keep putting those deposits in, you know. And that's very important. A lot of people out there, they just take. And then they're wondering why everybody seems to have turned against them. It's because you're not putting in the deposits anymore. You're not caring about others. You got yourself at the first and foremost of your life. And you're not listening to other people. You know, you're not about other people sometimes. And those are the type of things that when you start doing that, it's like making withdrawals. Your bank account goes empty after a while. You need to put some more in. So make sure in those relationships in your life that you're building collateral. You're adding those deposits. And I hope that makes sense for you guys. But here's the next point. Stop trying to manipulate people into doing what you want them to do. You know, if people, I'm highlighting this on the screen again, guys, if you see the screen. If people don't love you and accept you, that's a big clue sometimes that maybe you're hanging out with the wrong people. You know, I'm not telling you that, you know, you don't need to change. Sometimes we need to look at the situation. We need to see, hey, is there any validity, you know, in what's going on? But sometimes it's a big clue is maybe we're not in the right place at the right time. Maybe we're not hanging around with the right people. And I hope you guys are getting this. But, you know, just to recap just a minute, you know, I want to go back over this just a second. It's fine to do business with family and friends, but let them know up front, guys. Let them know, hey, this is a business. I had to treat it as such. Treat things logically in business. That's the second thing I want to talk to you. It's not personal. Number 3, build collateral in relationships. Always make sure that business, personal, you're always blessing other people. You always thinking about others. You're always making those deposits. You know, I'm not saying maybe one day you have to make a withdrawal, but most of the time when you call people, make sure you're calling people to talk with them and care about them. Don't let your phone call always be, I need something. Because that type of person, I mean, eventually you get known. And I'm telling you, you may not realize it now, but long term, it'll get to the point where that relationship's damaged because of that. And the next thing is stop trying to manipulate people into doing what you want. You know, if people don't care enough to be there, they're telling you what they care about. Be yourself. Be there for yourself. Love people, yes. You know, love them, you know what I'm saying, where they're at. But you have to put them on the level that they need to be, and they have to earn that right to come back into your life, you know. But anyway, that's the things that I wanted to talk to you about. I do have a story here. I was watching this show, and this doctor was supposed to be doing a routine procedure, and the person asked him to do something that was off the books. And the doctor would get up, wound up getting in trouble with this because of what they did. And they confronted this person that asked him to do this thing, and they said, listen, hey, tell them the truth. You know, I'm not going to get in trouble if you tell them the truth. And they said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. You know, and here's my point, guys. That same person was the one that asked him to do something. Now, this is just a show. But, you know, sometimes it's true to life. People will ask you to do things. They'll ask you to break the rules. They'll ask you to do things that's not right. And they'll say, oh, I just need you to do this. And then when you come around and you ask them for something, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't do that. And this person here in the story said, I want you to understand I can't do that, but I am so grateful for what you've done for me. You have to do what's right, not what you feel. You have to do what's right. And you hope your feelings line up with it, but sometimes, you know what? They're not going to line up with it. You still have to do what's right. Hope you guys have got something from this today. There's a lot more in this post, guys, but that's where I want to cut it off today. I hope you got something from it today. Have a great day, and go to entrefied.com. Get a lot of great stuff on our website, guys. I encourage you to do that. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.